WIBTA, if I make an announcement at family Easter dinner that I'm more than willing to mortgage my home to pay my parents back for raising me. My grandmother gave me money 3 years ago to purchase a home. With that plus my savings, I was able to get a mortgage for just the last $100,000. I know I am blessed for this considering the housing market and current interest rates. I have friends who I graduated from college with who are living with their parents or with multiple roommates to get ahead. My parents are constantly bugging me to help out my brother since he lost his house after a bunch of stupid investments. They say that I owe them for raising me to help him out. I'm not interested. He tried to get me to invest my savings in his stupid shit. He went nuts when I said no. He says the reason he failed is because he didn't have enough capital. He certainly wasn't getting his hands on mine. He did manage to lose my parents a fair bit though. I spoke with my parents before they gave him money. I explained why what he was doing was nonsensical. They said that my psychology degree meant I didn't understand the moves of someone with a business degree like him. I almost begged them not to invest, but ultimately they are adults. But like I said, they expect me to help him out. They want me to let him and his family live with me rent-free. I am currently living in the basement suite. I rent out the main floor to student nurses at a local university. I'm friends with several of the administrators at the teaching hospital, and I find tenants through them. Always good kids that party but aren't stupid. I make enough money from that I should have the mortgage paid off in 2 more years. I'm getting sick of the pressure from my parents and brother. So I'm thinking of announcing tonight at dinner that I'm going to take out a second mortgage on my almost paid off house to pay them back for raising me so they can throw the money away, helping the guy who lost a chunk of their retirement money. I'm not actually going to do it, and I know my grandmother will year my dad a new asshole. She made my brother explain his scheme to her and her investment guy, and they both literally laughed at him. I'm basically thinking of doing it to get them to back off since nothing else has worked. Would I be the asshole doing this in front of everyone? First comment, hey grandma, remember when mom-dad paid you back for raising them? Do you remember how much they paid you? Mom-dad has been on at me to pay them back, so I'd like to know what they paid you so I can adjust for inflation and so on. What? They didn't pay you? Well, aunts and uncles, I'm guessing that any time you were struggling for money, mom-dad made sure to give you what you needed. After all, it is a sibling's job to pay for their other siblings, is it not? Even when said sibling blew their money on reckless investment schemes that they tried to rope you into? No? Oh well, mom and dad, if you didn't pay back grandma and you haven't been financially helping out your siblings, why are you expecting me to pay you back for raising me and for me to bail out my sibling? I'm just so confused. That's how you play it. You act genuinely confused. You lay it all out like that, and then you leave them to have to explain themselves to your grandma. If your grandma is anything like the older ladies in my family, make sure you've eaten before doing this, as dinner will most assuredly be over once she hears what your parents are up to. Second comment, I get where you're coming from and what you want to do, but this approach WIBTA and kind of dramatic. You're doing this performative lie because you want all this to come out so your grandmother will get involved and you want to make your parents and brother look bad in front of the family. Here's the list of things that could be better. Don't do a performance piece. Just be straight. If you want to bring it up at dinner, do it differently. I promise the performance piece is playing out differently in your head than it will in real life. The whole lie thing is so convoluted and confusing and dramatic, you're going to look so petty. If you want your grandmother involved, just go straight to her. Call her and catch up. Take her to dinner. She sounds lovely and strong. Get her advice. Don't manufacture a situation to force her to get angry and involved. You're treating her like a prop in this revenge fantasy. Do you really need to use the extended family Easter for this? If it comes up, then it does. But you're planning on walking in and ruining the event because you can't say no to your parents on your own? I get needing support, but if you want your extended family to have your back on this, figure out a way to involve them that doesn't ruin their Easter. Good luck. I get where you're coming from and what you want. Let me give you life advice. Be honest, be straightforward, be confident. You can only change how you act and how you respond, not others. Give people the energy you want from them. Reflect back the energy you get from them. Be true to your values and things will work out. Life is not a play. You can't script it. You're not going to stand up there and say something so weird. Then your grandmother jumps in and tells you not to do that, and your extended family claps and enjoys Easter dinner, while your parents look at you with admiration for showing them the light. It just doesn't work like that. Be straightforward instead, and let the chips fall where they may. Third comment, NTA. But could also do this at dinner. I have come to a decision. Since my parents are demanding, I house my brother and his family for free. I lost my income to afford my house because I wasn't stupid enough to throw away my security on something I knew would fail. because they state you have to pay them back for raising me. Even though I wasn't the one who decided to spread my legs and have kids. Even though they made the choice to have me and gasp the law, they take care of your kids. Even though they are okay harming me to help out someone who continues making bad choices and doesn't care how it affects me. I have come to the conclusion that either I have to take out a second mortgage on a home and almost paid off, a loan that I can't afford to pay off. A second job will impact my health. That is because I'm losing my home. My health and job are acceptable by the people who are supposed to love me. I have chosen to tell you to FKK off. I do not deserve to feel like I am not worthy unless I put myself at risk for someone I didn't give birth to and who refuses to listen to sound advice. I do not deserve the disrespect of a parent telling me I owe them for them doing their job. I do not deserve being shown he means more than I do. That he is loved more because you think the struggles he will put on me is okay because he is taken care of. So you can either never ever speak of this again, or I will need to rethink how much I will be visiting people who clearly show me I am not worth as much as I see you throwing your retirement away on him. Not demand he pay you back for also being your child.